To set the scene, the year is 1887, New York City. New York's newspaper service is thriving, although they rarely hired women to be reporters or editors, or any woman in general. In New York City's East River lies a narrow island called Blackwell Island. On it is a women's asylum for women who show signs of insanity. Insanity meaning hysteria, and hysteria meaning women simply being emotional, nervous, anxious, or acting like actual women. And then we have Elizabeth Jane Cotran, ready to begin her mission for New York World, a newspaper company in New York. Some might recognize her better by her pseudonym, Nellie Bly.
Her mission? To infiltrate and report on the women's lunatic asylum on Blackwell Island.
In Bly's words, it is a human rat trap. It is easy to get in, but once there, it is impossible to get out.
She had planned on getting in by acting insane, which she thought would be a difficult task. The reality was that women were hardly taken seriously, and when they showed even the slightest hints of hysteria, nervousness, or negative human emotion, many were sent into the asylum as a way to ease financial burden.
Once there, it was as if a horror show had become reality. Women were beaten, abused, near drowned in cold water, had their hair ripped out, forced to deal with meager supplies, clothes, rotten food. Their time spent when not being hurt was in strict silence, with their backs ramrod straight and no movement, lest they be hurt, instead of any other mentally improving exercises.
Nellie Bly wrote all about these facts when she finally pulled out by the New York World 10 days after she was admitted. She wrote about women who were there for no reason, women who had been there for years, women who were perfectly sane but thought they were even less sane when they said so. She talked of conditions benefiting an animal rather than a human, how the inmates were supposed to do the upkeeping instead of workers, of injustice.
And when her article, 10 Days in a Madhouse, was released, the public went wild. And while the asylum barely managed to clean up itself before an inspector came, the call went out. Women's health, mental health especially, was about to become a force to be reckoned with, even if it was a slow time coming.
Finally, the mental health of women was being treated seriously. Not just the typical, oh, of course, she's emotional, she's a woman. Asylums were being made to follow the codes of conduct. Women began to be treated like actual patients. Mental health changed for the better. In modern era, there are countless organizations to help women, but that doesn't mean that their plight still isn't there.
1 in 5 women are affected by any sort of mental illness or disorder, and these women are of any age, old or young. Women are 2 times as more likely to experience an anxiety disorder than men, or have any other mental illness. And this doesn't even consider the fact that 80% of people affected by war, civil disputes, or anything like that are women and children. No woman is alone in this, however, and we can all help women everywhere become aware of the fact that they can have people to rely on, people to help, people to believe in, and people to know that each and every one of them has a right to be honest about her mental health. So, how can you do that? How can you help?
First off, become aware of the movement, which you've already done by listening. Second, find out about organizations that can help, such as the International Associations of Women's Health or the Walk in Our Shoes.
Number 3, donate. Many organizations rely on donations, and you can help. These organizations can help bring better therapists and opportunities to help women with mental illnesses to schools, community centers, and women working at the home, and the like. And number 4, learn about women's mental health from them. Women's mental health is different from men for numerous reasons, and there are countless ways to help.
So stand up, bring attention to this subject in any way you can, just as Nellie Bly did when she infiltrated the asylum.
You have a right to have good mental health or have it acknowledged. Never let it be taken from you. Mental health is something to be respected, not disrespected.